guys, welcome back to Tisa Lifestyle. So in today's video I'll be sharing with you guys the tips that you can use to pass your learner's license on your first attempt. So let's get into the video. So for you to be able to write your learner's license, obviously you need to book, but I think the booking part differs with each province. So I wrote mine in Gauteng, and what I did, I booked online. I just went to Google and typed learner's license booking online, things like that, and then I went to the second page that said natis.gov.org, things like that, but then I will insert the thingy on the screen so that you guys know what I'm talking about. So in that page there's like certain time slot for you to book, like different time slot for anything related to driving. So for you to book your learner's license, the times is like, I think it's 9 a.m, 1 p.m, and 6. So when you go into that page during those times, everything, you just know what to do, but then you need to enter your details, your ID, and then select the date. Oh, and also you have to select the type of license that you want to do. It's either it's motorcycle or light heavy motor vehicle or heavy motor vehicle. So let's get to the materials needed for you to study for your learner's license. The first thing that I advise you to buy is this K53 book. You can get this at ShopRite, Pick n Pay, Checkers, or any selected store. I think it's less than 100 rand. I think I got mine for 60 rand if I'm not mistaken. So because I was studying at my own pace, I think I used the book for a week, but I can't really tell you the hours that I spent on the book. Like, okay, fine, this is the hours that I spent each day. I was just studying at my own pace and making sure that I get everything that I need to get from the book, and that was it. So the book covers everything that you'll be tested on, which is road signs, road rules, and controls. So what I did, I first read all the road signs inside the book, the K53 book that I showed you. So I read all the signs in the book, and then after, there's also like questions and the memo at the back of the book, like to test yourself and things like that. So I tested myself after reading the signs on all the questions. I think it has a lot of questions though, but I did everything, and then I marked myself, and then I moved to road rules, did the same. To controls, I did the same thing. So now I was done using the K53 book. But what I can advise you is that it's very important that you get the book. Like, it's really important that you get to know everything in the book, and don't just study the simplest, especially science. Don't study the simplest science and things like that. Go for the hard ones. The rules, same thing. Just make sure that you don't leave anything out on the book. Another important tip is that when you are traveling or going anywhere, look at the road signs, like in the road, especially if you are traveling in a freeway or like a busy road, things like that. Yeah, most especially freeways or just the road in G. Like, look for those road signs, because that's what I think it helped me. Like, looking at the sign, I'm like, oh, I read this on the book, and things like that. It's very important to do that too. Now let's move to the apps that I used. It's very important that you download the blue K53 app. I will insert the app on the screen. So in the app, in the blue app, you will find 3 sections, which is rules, signs, road rules, signs, and controls. So remember, I used the app after using the K53, what is this, handbook, whatever. Yeah, the book that I bought after using that book. So it was much easier for me to attempt the questions on the app. So under road rules, you'll find 3 tests. I did all of them. Under science, you will find, I think it's like 6 tests. Yeah, it's 6 tests. I did all of them. And then there is controls. Controls, how many signs? I don't remember, but then how many tests? I don't remember. But then yeah, because I just made like what is this, screenshot. So inside the test, the app, there's also book tests. It's book A, book B, and book C, which each of these books have like 68 questions. So it's nothing scary because it's something that you did. It's just to keep you, it's just there to keep you practicing, but you have to do everything on the apps. So what I can say is that it took me 2 weeks to prepare for my learner's license, because the first week I was using the book. Like I said, I was studying at my own pace. So then I booked my test on the second week. That's when I started using the app, because I didn't want to book before studying. What if I got a date closer and things like that, and I didn't want the test to find me unprepared. So that's basically it. And then the night before, I used the app just for practice, but that app is like the hardest, I can say. It's not easy. The questions are hard, and I feel like if you have time, that's another tip. It's very important to practice more on that app. It's called K53 topscore. I'll also insert the picture there, because the way they ask the questions there in the whatever the test, it's very much similar to the topscore app. But if you did your book and the blue one, you're still fine. Yeah. So that's it for the materials that you need to use for your learner's license, especially the signs. The signs, if you know the signs from your book, your blue app, then you are fine, because that's basically what you're going to find. The only problem that I can say I had was the way they ask questions on rules. Like they kind of like switch. They're asking the same thing but in a different way, the same thing that you got on your blue app and your book, but they just ask it in like a different way. So you must have like a better understanding of everything, and if you have that, then you are good to go. I assure you that you will pass your test. So the last thing is what you need to bring on your writing date. It's very important that you go with your ID copy and your ID, and what is this? Your proof of residence, and go with your pen, because you will, like a black pen, because you will have to fill a form there and they won't offer you a pen. So it's very important that you go with your own pen there. And then the fee is 108 rands. And then after writing, after you got your learner's license, because I know that you're going to get it, after that you have to pay 60 rand for them to give you your learners. And that's it. Oh, and one last thing before I, is that you need to do your eye test. And it's free. You need to do your eye test there. But then if you know that you have eye problems and everything, you can go with your an eye certificate from your optometrist. Yeah, so that you don't go around like follow the whole process and everything. And that's it from me. I hope you take the tips that I gave you and go ace that test. See you on my next video.